Do you have a question you would like to ask me, Dana?
Are we live?
We are live. Hi, everybody. God damn, you just blow out your microphone.
Sorry, it's not even that, like, that is not even close to top volume.
I know. That's the scary part. I know. But your microphone just gives up. It's just like, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm out. No. I think maybe it's trying to train me. It's failing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would have to pay attention to it, and you don't. So,
well, I don't have a little on Zoom. It doesn't have the little doohickey.
Right, the little
the doohickey. Exactly that.
Sure, of course, the doohickey, the thingy.
No, the thingy is different from the doohickey. I mean, they're not even close.
Okay.
I mean, I can understand getting thingy and thingamabob mixed up because they kind of start the same, but yeah, very different. Hello, everyone.
I know I've had a few videos go up already, but this is our first live stream since the new year. So happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody. I hope it has been happy so far for everyone here.
Yes, for everyone here, for the world, it hasn't been super happy, but
yeah. Well, we know that,
but hopefully for you as individuals, yes. Hopefully for you as individuals, you're at least doing okay. Because yeah,
because I have pizza.
So do I. I'm just going to hold off on mine.
I also have news, which you know, because we have talked since the new year and since the previous episode, and I mean, heck, since before Christmas. Wow, we've been gone a long time.
That's right.
But one of my stresses for the upcoming new year was that I was going to have all different courses. Everything's going to be different, and none of them have I taught like more than once. So that was really stressful. But they were able to absorb my seniors into, some other classes. That was a very small class, and it was at the end of the day. Spring semester seniors, end of the day. Not looking forward to that because, of course, if they have senior English, they have to pass it. And it's at the end of the day. I'm like, this is just not good. This is not good. I don't know if end of the day is probably better than like first thing. Probably, but not by much. Anyway, it's just like, oh, no. But they absorbed that one. And then they gave me another section of juniors. And I still have the elective. So I now only have 2 preps. Just
right. Which I think we talked about this last term. But for those of you who don't really understand the significance of it, would you say that most teachers only have 1 prep?
Everybody else in the department has. No, I take that back. I think this semester there may be a couple of people with 2 preps.
Okay,
but like
it's unusual. 1. It's unusual.
Yeah. It's unusual to have. It's certainly unusual to have 3 preps. It's not that uncommon to have 2, but most people have 1. A few people have 2, and I have 3. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Right. Most teachers only are teaching. I mean, obviously, at the college level, you have professors who might be teaching multiple courses at once, but at the high school level, it's usually teachers are only teaching 1 class at a time per semester.
Yes, per semester is key. Because I mean, because we only have like 3 courses at a time. We have 6 courses total, but it's 3 first semester and 3 second semester. So, yeah, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So, yeah. And it's certainly like, it's better than it could be. Cause like, if we had year-long classes, you could conceivably have 6 different preps. And I have heard of teachers having that. I'm like, that's just bonkers. Like,
yeah. How do you do that?
I don't, thankfully. I'm so great. Our community is considering going to a 4-day week and extending,
really?
I think
a 4-day school week. Really?
4-day school week. And I don't know if they would extend the school year, like add more days, or if they would, I think they're talking about lengthening the school day to, have enough instructional minutes. But my concern is that we would lose our semester blocks. And I'm like, I don't want to lose semester blocks.
255 AD has a comment about Superman. My video today was a Superman video. And the question is, or the comment is, I found it interesting the original Superman had him go to an orphanage before the Kents, because even as a kid, I used to wonder how they explained the fact that this kid came from nowhere. And then the follow up is like, how do they enroll him in school or anything with no birth certificate? It's one of those things that's kind of left over from the original story,
Mm-hmm.
because in the 30s, first of all, in the 30s, nobody reading a comic book would have cared about something like that. They would have just hand waved it. If
Yeah.
the question even occurred to them, they would have said, well, don't worry about it. But I think in real life as well, it was probably a lot easier in
Well,
the
not only that, yeah,
30s
home births are
to.
a thing, especially
Well,
on
that's
a
true.
farm.
That's true. And I think later on, as the origin kept being retold and
Mm-hmm.
refined, one of the versions of the origin, one of the explanations that the Kents invented for where Clark came from was that he had been born during there was like a blizzard one year that,
Yeah.
where like it basically cut everybody off from everybody for months. And like neighbors really didn't see each other and everybody was kind of on their own. And then all the snow melted and look, the Kents have a new baby. So they kind of explained it that way. Like, oh, he was our little surprise during the winter time, you know? Um, but, you know, I mean, and like, you it's one of those little details that I think most modern storytellers are better off just ignoring it.
Mm-hmm.
Just you skip ahead, because most versions, when people retell Superman's origin today, and even in the past 30 or 40, 50 years, like especially if it's a movie or a TV show or something, you usually go from the Kents finding the baby to right before Clark becomes Superman, and you skip all of that interim part
Mm-hmm.
where all of the tech were like, how did he get a birth certificate? How did he get registered? How did, what? I don't know. Don't worry about it. That's why we skipped all that. Because in the modern age, you can imagine that would be pretty, like, unless Jonathan Kent knows some fucking people on the dark web who can hook him up with a stolen identity for his baby. Like, how would that work? And that's, don't worry about it. That's not important.
I do want to go back to the chat. Well, I mean, I think you could tell some interesting stories there. Does Jonathan know someone on the dark web? And if so, why? There's the potential there. But
I
I do want
guess.
to go back because people are talking about
Yes.
AP and stuff like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, Kara, AP classes are ones that they're advanced, but specifically they're ones that have a national test at the end of it. And depending on how high you score, different colleges will, grant credit for those classes. They are, yes, they are. I mean, presumably they're for students who have high levels of skill, highly skilled and highly motivated. Academically gifted are students who have scored high on a placement test and are basically entitled to special services based on their areas of tested giftedness is the idea. Kara, I don't know. Advanced placement is common enough that yes, they might lead to scholarships, but the idea is if you score well on the test, that counts as a college class. So you can use it for like your entry level English or for an elective or something like that, so that you don't have to pay for that class.
It's one less course you have to take.
It's one less course you have to take during college. And so, but having those courses on your schedule shows that you are challenging yourself as a student. You are, willing to push yourself. That you, have a certain level of skill, and that can help you get scholarships. I don't think that getting an AP class and doing well on the test is enough to grant you a scholarship. But when applying for scholarships, that's something you would put on an application. And then a lot of students who apply to Ivy League schools, they want to take like the advanced classes so that A, it makes their application look better, and B, they are prepared when they get there.
Yeah. 255 AD says they skip all that unless you're Smallville, then you make 10 seasons out of it. Yeah, but Smallville starts when he's like a freshman in high school. So even by that point, all of the identity legal issues have been resolved somehow off screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they figured it out. you know. And Liz, yeah, I agree. So they can be fun to speculate about in conversations like this. I personally am not that interested in ever seeing them explored in an actual story. You know, I
I'm fine
think
with it either way. I'm not, driven to know. But kind of like you said, if the story's good, sure. Why not?
if the story's good, but like if I were, I know, like if I were the, let's say if I were the editor of a Superman comic, or the showrunner for a Superman TV show, and somebody came in and pitched me a story about how the Kents obtained legal documentation for baby Clark after they pulled him out of his spaceship, that would have to be one hell of a story.
Yeah, it
Because
couldn't it
my
couldn't just ride
prejudice
on that.
against my prejudice against that kind of like superfluous backfilling, it's like this had better be a hell of a story, because I'm telling you right now, I do not give a shit. Like, I'm not curious enough about the answer to the question for that to hook me. You're going to have to tell me a hell of a story.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's just not much to the pitch as far as I'm concerned. It's like saying,
Well, yeah.
Oh, Lex Luthor finds out what Superman's secret identity is. That's the story. It's like, haven't we? I'm sure. And what's the and?
Yeah, exactly. That's like a starting point.
Exactly.
But yeah, and like I mean, it's been done before, so your take is going to have to be original. Philip says, I did enjoy you going off on a tangent about the deaths of Ma and Pa Kent in today's video. Thank you. That was a fun bit to write, because I went back and, and reread the comics, and I'd never noticed that before, that they referred to the deaths of his parents as though it was a single event. And I was like, what's the story there? And, because they just say like, oh, the deaths of his foster parents, terribly grieved Clark Kent and fortified his resolve to use his powers for good, or, something like that. And I thought, yeah, back up. They died at the same time, because you made it sound like they were both alive and then they both died. And Clark was upset. So I kind of riffed on that a little bit, and it was fun. And then 255 no, go ahead.
It could have been like if they were, driving somewhere together and there was a car crash. There you go.
Yeah. My most expounded upon theory in the video is that Clark was pressing a car over his head as a feat of strength, and his parents were both inside, to add to the weight, to make it more impressive. And he lost control of the car, and it fell and flipped over upside down and just crashed, and they died that way.
Hence the significant grief.
Whoops. Yeah, exactly. He was really
self-recrimination.
Yeah, because he killed his parents. And 255 AD said, would this be a cool premise for a Superman comic? As a show of solidarity, he turns up at an ICE center and offers to have himself detained with the other people there. That is such a fucking establishment Democrat thing. Like, how centrist are we making Superman? Like, yeah, okay, what a pointless show of symbolic solidarity from the most powerful man in the world.
255 AD, I think part of what you're missing here is that I don't know that there's ever going to be something that Steve would consider a cool premise. Like, it's going to be in the development of the idea. Like, the premise is not going to, I don't know that I've ever heard you get excited about a premise for a story. Like, ever be like, oh yeah, it's all in the development and execution.
The difference between you and I think, as far as premises go, is you will reject a story completely based on the premise if you don't like the premise. Mm-hmm. And I am willing to give it a chance, even if I'm a little dubious about the premise. But no, Superman, I mean, it's like, it would be a nice statement, I guess, for Superman to be like, I'm not a legal immigrant to this country either, so you better take me into custody. But if that's all he did, well, gee, thanks a lot, Superman. Like, now, if Superman, seeing ICE agents mistreating an immigrant that they were detaining and like losing his temper and going, fuck this, and like, trashing the place, which, by the way, is totally something that Golden Age Superman would have done. That's one of the things I really, really love specifically about Golden Age Superman, is that he was still a little bit of a hothead You know, he wasn't quite as much of an establishment guy yet. And if he saw, he wouldn't have cared if it was cops, if it was feds, if it was immigration agents, if it was people in the military. If he saw somebody mistreating somebody, he would step in and fuck somebody up. And he wouldn't kill them. He wouldn't like kill the ICE agents, but he would fuck them up. And he would make sure that they understood that they are not to do that and let him find out about it ever again. So
I don't know. I think it would be almost more interesting if he did actually lose his temper and kill one of them.
okay, Zack Snyder.
Not on, no, one of the ICE agents, and not on purpose, but just because he was so angry. And then how does he respond to that? I mean, yeah, he killed somebody, which is bad, but this was somebody who was hurting others. But he doesn't want to side with them. He doesn't want to make them seem sympathetic, So I think there's some opportunities for reflection on, where we draw the line and where should we and what should we do in those situations. So
yeah, I mean, and if we're talking about like the current movie version of Superman, it would be a great opportunity to have Peacemaker come in and go, well, look what happened to Mr. I don't kill people now, huh? Not so hot now, are you?
Mr. I love the ants. No. Superman is not a U.S. citizen. Clark Kent is a U.S. citizen. Superman's an alien. Everybody knows that. Which is one more reason that Clark Kent couldn't be Superman. Clark Kent lives in the United States. He's like a real citizen. He was born here. Everybody knows. Yeah.
Well, and again, if we're talking about the John Byrne version, technically that's true, because in the John Byrne version of the origin, Kryptonians don't do natural births. They have a birthing matrix. And it was actually the birthing matrix that was in the rocket ship that flew to Earth. So technically, Clark had not been born yet when Jonathan and Martha found him. So technically, he was born on American soil, and therefore he was a natural born citizen.
No. Natural born citizen, it's baloney, because it applies to humans. Like, we don't call dogs and cats are born here all the time. They're not citizens.
Well, and also it's kind of a dumb technicality thing that's like working way too hard to, like, and there's a lot about John Byrne's version of Superman I really, really like, but that bit, it's like, no, dude, just don't. You're working too hard. You're working too hard.
Tying yourself in knots. Just let it go.
Exactly. Let it go. You're tying yourself in knots. Like, just let him be a fucking illegal immigrant. Like, that's better. If Superman is
yes.
Yeah, if Superman is not only an immigrant, but he is an undocumented immigrant to the United States, that's even better.
Or has falsified documentation as well.
Or or his parents false. Yeah, I mean that's much better.
He has falsified it, but he has. Yes.
And see, those are questions that I find interesting. Like, does Clark Kent vote? Because he really shouldn't. Nobody knows that he shouldn't be allowed to vote because everybody thinks he's human, but he knows that he's not really, quote unquote, really a citizen of this country, and that he shouldn't be allowed to vote. And does he? Like, I just think, and how does Mr., morally upstanding, follow the rules Superman, how does he square that in his mind? I just think and again, Golden Age Superman wouldn't have given a shit. Golden Age Superman would be like, yeah, fuck it. I vote. I live here. Fuck you.
And it kind of like, if I'm not a citizen, I should be. Because,
I
live here. I work here.
And again, it's like the ultimate American response. The ultimate self-justifying, well, okay, maybe I'm not a citizen, but I should be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you admit that you've done something wrong, but you don't think the thing you did should be wrong.
No. He admits that he's done something illegal, not the same thing.
Yeah. Philip says, I enjoy John Cryer's Lex in the CW Infinite Earths crossover, going to Smallville Earth, finding out that Clark Kent is Superman there, and completely dismissing the idea of his Clark Kent being Superman. Yeah, that was really great.
That was fun.
I like that.
That was fun.
Because it's like, it's kind of a little bit of a rug pull. You know, you're watching the show going, oh no, Lex Luthor's going to find out that Clark Kent is Superman in this universe, and he's going to realize that Clark Kent is Superman. Nope. He just dismisses it as like some oddity of this particular universe.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's like, Clark
Each
Kent
universe
is
is
Superman.
different.
That's Clark Kent being Superman. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. And, you know, and so it doesn't, you know, raise his suspicions at all.
Speaking of Lex Luthor finding out superhero identities, I still love the animated one where he
Oh,
switches bodies with the Flash.
he's in the body of the Flash. Yeah.
Now I can find out who the Flash is. I have no idea who this is.
There's a similar moment in one of the early Ultimate Spider-Man comics when Spidey is captured, I think, by the Kingpin and the Kingpin and his goons, and he's unconscious, and they're like, let's see who he is. So they pull Spider-Man's mask off, and everybody looks at him for a second, and then they look up and they say, does anybody have any idea who this kid is? And they're like, nope, never seen him before. And he's like, all right, never mind. Like,
damn it,
he's just some guy. They don't know who he is.
Yep. HB Haga, yeah, you know, I mean, and especially, you know, because that is a big boy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, in the crossover, yeah.
Yeah,
he's like,
it's
yeah,
just,
I lost my powers a few years ago, but I can still beat your ass.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell? I mean, I can't throw you across the truck here, but I can throw you into the truck. Whank.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big boy.
Like, human Clark Kent is still going to beat the shit out of most versions of Lex Luthor. Maybe not last season Superman and Lois Lex, though, because that version of Lex is a big boy too. He's a bit of a hulking version of Lex, that version of Lex, but yeah.
And that Superman is a bit, let's say, slimmer.
He's not quite as physically. He like, and you know what's really cool about that? You don't usually notice it in the show, because I'm sure they're not trying to draw attention to it. Like, look how small our Superman is. That's dumb. But when they did the crossover where Brandon Routh also played Superman, and so you had the Tyler Hoechlin Superman on screen at the same time as like 6'4" Brandon Routh, and you're like, okay. Okay. So there's a bit of a difference, and it doesn't matter. Tyler Hoechlin was an amazing Superman. I loved his Superman so much, but it is kind of funny when you're like, oh, so he's like the Tom Cruise Superman. And Brandon Routh is like, you know, he's the guy who plays Reacher on the Amazon Prime series, right? The Alan Richardson. There's the Tom Cruise and the Alan Richardson.
Tom Cruise, you know, minus the Scientology. Let's be clear.
Well, yeah, just in terms of size, yes, yes. Anyway, shall we? So we're watching Poirot tonight, everybody.
Yes.
And I probably should have mentioned it earlier because we're just getting ready to start. But if you need a copy of the episode to watch along with us, you can download one from the Internet Archive, and the link to do that is in the video description. So if you have not already done so, go ahead and do that, because we're gonna watch it coming up very soon here. And we're watching the first half of Murder in Mesopotamia. So that is our programming for this evening. Yes. Or as I believe the Laurel and Hardy version was titled, Another Fine Mesopotamia.
So, shall I explain how it goes?
Why don't you explain to everybody how this goes? Okay.
So, you want to pull up Murder in Mesopotamia, wherever you got it from, and then go all the way back. Make sure it's at 0000-ish. Because maybe your version of it doesn't have all the same stuff at the beginning that ours does. However, we'll get it figured out, and you can check up the time code here, and then also kind of, you know, see what people in the chat are saying, or listen to us and be like, okay, I got to figure this out. And the time code is nice because that way, if you have to restart your computer, or, you know, you get the blue screen of death or something, you can join us right back up and then find out what's going on by looking at the time code. And so once we're all at 0000, We're going to hover over the little play icon or get your remote control ready. And then Steve's going to say 3, 2, 1, play. And when Steve says play, we all press play and we watch it together. Hooray!
That's how it works. And I just want to mention, Caitlin, I went back and found your chat message you referred to. Caitlin says, it was my birthday this week. I got taken to a pantomime and an evening at my favorite restaurant. That sounds like, what pantomime was it? I'm curious to know. And I guess what restaurant was it?
Yeah,
but
I want to know about the food.
It sounds like you had a good time. So
I am so ready.
All right, everybody. Like Dana said, I'll count down 3, 2, 1, play, and everybody hit play when I say play, and we'll watch the first half, the first 46 minutes or so, I think is where I found the break point for us, of Poirot Murder in Mesopotamia. Here we go.
Woo!
In 3, 2, 1, play.
Ooh, loud. Oh, purple again.
The pantomime was The Little Mermaid.
Woo!
There we go.
Oh, spicy salted spaghetti and mussels. So nice. That sounds good.
It does sound good. You're listening to Poirot with smooth jazz.
Dun, dun, dun!
No! Is this the murder in Mesopotamia? No witnesses, statue. Good Lord. She's always laughing at the fact that I have a car. Snakebit cat, that does sound amazing. I'm sorry, Arrow on Fire, about your mom's arm. That sucks.
Oh, no.
You are too stupid to be tactless, my friend.
Herkle. Herkle.
Herkle.
Herkle. What do you say? Well, for him anyway. Cost drive.
I should like to avoid even a little bit of malaria.
Same. That's right. I love the answer exactly.
Yeah.
Freeze, freeze, don't move. There you go. Wow. Wow.
What a great
Mansplaining.
storyteller.
Mansplaining. He's talking to the friggin' archaeologists.
And you know, in English, Mesopotamia means lots of Potamia.
I thought it meant lots of sand and more people to exploit.
Azalea, exactly. You're doing great, Hastings.
We finished our soup. You savage. Awkward. It was very sunny. So it was all right if you were in the shade. Wait, between two horses. Wait, no, hang on.
Oh, I won't. Poirot, just mind your own business. See, this is why you always get drawn into these things. Oh man, it's one of those freaky Miyazaki creatures. Just take some deep breaths and shut up. All right, just to be safe, I'm going to throw open the door and fire indiscriminately into the room. You're buying that?
Blah, 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 blah. Are you kidding? With dead actual paperwork?
Oh, God, he's coming over here. I think he wants to talk to us.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank God. He just kept walking. Isn't it amazing how not suspicious I am?
I don't speak Arabic at all.
Saddam Hussein.
Digging up children's graves.
It was the best. Action, Hastings! Oh, Saddam Hussein to the rescue. You're making us all look bad. Well, you're on the wrong show, baby.
Maybe she's on the right one.
Well, maybe. Nice.
I don't know what to do. Daddy, help me. Love.
Is that the proper name for a group of letters, a flurry? I'm still gonna kill you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bye, Snake Big Cat.
The Vengeance.
Booga booga booga. Huh. Yeah, you got a problem there, miss.
Buzz. It's going to drive him bananas. I do not like this. Kara and Caitlin, I think it's a flurry because they're not all coming at once. It's not just like a deluge or just like a bunch dropped in. It's like on different ones on different days. My cabbages. Okay, now what are you gonna do? Oh, this is
I
great.
say.
Damn it. I'm trying so hard. Oh, I relate to this so hard. Going to get him. Peace off. You... Damn it.
Damn it.
Oh.
I know you want this. All right, well, just go back to working on my coloring book.
Dun dun dun. Seriously, what were you expecting? I'm like, no, that does not happen. I just like it did. Yeah. That's terrible. Dun dun dun. You keep using that word.
Whoopsie.
You killed her. I am in pain. Can't you tell? That's what I'm trying to say. This hurts. This is terrible.
Where are you at? You seem to be commenting on stuff that is not happening.
Uh-oh. No, I bumped something.
Okay, well, where are you?
Where are you?
33, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 34.
Okay, so it's I bumped it somehow recently. I looked. I'm like, wait a minute. I was a little bit past halfway.
Ah, well, yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think when I was reaching down to get one of my edamames.
Ah.
And let me move the cursor away from the.
Yes.
Aw, Debbie. I was here the whole time.
Except for that one time.
Except when I wasn't.
Okay, I wasn't here the whole time. Okay.
Kara, I have a room with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is it though? And nothing but the truth. Fine, fine, fine. That is all normal. Oh. I'm like, he's sleeping with a nurse. He wanted an excuse to bring her along.
Hello, nurse.
Maybe.
Yes.
Really?
I mean,
Le Vengeance.
the vengeance.
No, 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 no.
They are just a fun little detail.
Mm.
Well-known men don't kill people.
Oh, poor Monsieur Poirot.
Luther.
You know how they are.
You don't think she's been murdered too, do you?
Oh, those strangly whimpers. That's not good. Oh, no, she doesn't sound like she's choking.
Oh, good. I thought you were being murdered.
But what if it happens to me next time? Then it would actually matter. Yes?
You need to just be quiet and go to sleep and be quiet.
And leave us alone.
Well,
Caitlin, in the polite British way.
hey, you dropped some
Snuffle.
evidence out of your pocket. Hmm. And we'll stop there.
Dun dun dun.
We will stop there for the week, so we'll pick it up at 4639 next time. Yeah.
And then we'll find out who done it.
We'll find out who done it. Who committed the murder in Mesopotamia?
So can I tell you, did I tell you about my idea for next week? I want to tell everybody because I think it's really cool.
I
For the
don't
monsters
think
class?
you. Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead, please.
So I have my desks all in 2 sets of tables. Like I've them pushed together in groups of 5. And then so next week on Monday, I'm going to pick up like extra snack so that Tuesday morning when my first class comes in, that's the monster elective.
Okay.
We are going to push all the desks to the side. And tomorrow I'm going to start reminding them to bring a pillow or a blanket or a towel or something they can sit on.
Oh, you did tell me about this.
I
Yes,
did tell you about this.
Yes.
And so like I've gone and looked for like scary campfire stories. And so tomorrow, as they finish up their work, they'll be able to go and look through them and choose one, okay, and tell me which one they want to work at. Then they're going to read this to the class. But what they don't know is that we're going to have a campfire day. And so then they'll come in and then we'll push all the desks aside and we'll sit on the floor in a circle. And I'll have the curtains closed on the window. I'll turn out the light and we'll have like somebody will pass around a flashlight and they'll read the story to everybody and we'll have snack. And yeah, I'm hoping it'll be fun.
It sounds like fun.
It might be. So I'm really looking forward to it. And then we'll continue with our first unit on the undead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The undead. So like zombies and vampires and stuff?
Yeah, I think essentially the formerly human. So I'm gonna do probably
that's the politically correct terminology. The formerly human, please.
Well,
let's
because
be
here's why. Because ghosts typically are not seen as undead. They're just dead. Like ghosts are
right.
Right.
Yes. That by definition, yes.
Because reasons. I don't know why. I mean,
well, the mortal body is dead and is not part of the appearance. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, so I'll probably separate it into into 2 mini units because there are lots of stories about ghosts and lots of stories about vampires and lots of stories about zombies. But as I went forward and was also looking for stories about created monsters like Frankenstein and zombies, there weren't as many of those. In fact, there really are not very many golem stories. It's like all robots and then Frankenstein. So, and then yeah. And then there are a fair number of werewolves. There are fewer were creature stories, but there are a fair number of werewolf stories. I have the Ursula Le Guin one, yay, and then the Stephen King novella that nobody likes, but it works really well, and it's short. For God's sake, it's short.
You could have him watch The Wolfman.
No, we watch. We watch is it American Werewolf? What's the Michael J. Fox
American
one?
Werewolf. Oh, Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf, thank you. Couldn't get it. So we don't watch the Michael J. Fox one actually.
You watch the Jason Bateman one. Teen Wolf 2.
I don't know. Isn't there a TV show?
Yeah, there's a cartoon show. Yeah.
No. Like a live action TV show.
Oh, there is. That's true. Yes, a more recent one. Yes, and actually, I believe it starred Tyler Hoechlin, who went on to play Superman. As we,
I'll have to pay more attention to it then.
Discussing earlier,
but yeah, we watch both of those. We watch the cartoon, and then we watch the more recent Teen Wolf TV
series.
Episodes.
Yeah,
yeah. So very very different perspectives, stylistically. So lots of fun. But yeah, and then we watch a fair amount of Buffy and Supernatural as well, to look at the different types of monsters. Sure. So HB Haga. Seriously. Like
there's a couple of X-Files episodes you could watch. I know there's at least one really good X-Files vampire episode. Well, didn't
I feel
were we
like
talking
we
about?
did watch at least one X-Files episode, but the thing is, I really don't need a whole lot more vampire material. What I need is like
Well,
other stuff.
didn't we talk? Was it last year when you were first getting ready to teach this class? That there was the Frankenstein X-Files episode.
Yes, yes, I used that one.
Yeah, the
Absolutely. Yeah.
postmodern Prometheus.
Yes, and with the gray, not the
Black
gray
and white.
screen, black and white. It was
It's
black,
black
and
and
white. Oh
white,
my
yeah.
gosh,
Which
names
and
like,
it's a
oh.
really good episode. One of my favorite X-Files episodes. It's really good. But yeah, so you could have thrown that in. I mean, I have no idea if present day high school students even know what the fuck the X-Files is, but but if there happen to be some students who maybe found it on Hulu or something and were like, this is cool, that might be of interest.
And we watched the Sixth. Oh gosh, that was so much fun. We watched the Sixth Sense, and of course it's old enough now that I don't think any of them had seen it.
Sure. It's
And
like,
that got them. But you know what? We didn't watch E.T.
Well,
Really?
I'm not a big ET fan.
You're not? Okay.
Yeah. I kind of think they should have just left him to die in that in that fucking trench. Like, oh well, that's too bad. So sad. Anyway, movie's over, kids. Go home.
I like seeing them get invested in a story. That's just like,
yeah.
I get a kick out of that when they want to. Cara, are you trying to get me fired? No, probably not. Well, and I mean, also, I did, I had Frankenstein, like the original text. We have as companion text, we have Frankenstein and Dracula, and they will read those. No, it's way too much, just too much text. I think I had one student who chose to read it and was like, yeah, that was good. Just took the book home over the weekend and read it, but like, that was way more work.
Did they read Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Because Frankenstein is I mean, at least in my opinion, Frankenstein is a much easier read than Dracula.
Oh yeah.
Like, and is I think a much better book.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Quite frankly, it's just a much better. Frankenstein is a much better book than Dracula.
Yeah, which is part of what makes it easier to read because it better.
But also, it's not as it's better. It's just a better written book, but also it's not as long either, is it?
They're similarly lengthy.
Are they?
Yeah,
maybe I remember it being shorter because I enjoyed it more. But like Dracula, also, the novel, Dracula just goes on and on and on.
The sentences tend to be longer. The sentences themselves tend to be longer. Whereas with Frankenstein, there are some long sentences, but it breaks it up. There's some short ones in it too. It's just the epistolary style, the letters, and there's some of that in Frankenstein too, but it's not all that. It's not as much. And then of course there's the new Frankenstein.
Yes, the Del Toro version. Yeah,
which I don't think I'll be able to use.
It's probably not appropriate for high schoolers, but that's a shame because it's really good. I mean, what about the Boris Karloff one from 1931? I mean, it departs quite significantly from the book, but it's the same basic story, and it's still, I think, the most iconic, pop cultural version of Frankenstein.
I'm not. If it wasn't basically a skater class, I think so. But I think that's not so much advanced, but I think they need to be more invested. You know what I mean? Like there are some, like Sixth Sense is a good one because it kind of sneaks you into being invested bit by bit. Whereas I think they'd have to already be invested and want to see how Frankenstein was interpreted to really enjoy and appreciate that one.
Yeah. Because they're kids and they don't know what good movies are.
Oh, Caitlin, wow. I am so jealous of your teachers.
Wow.
I would love.
You got to watch Pan's Labyrinth in school? That's cool.
Yeah, I would love to watch Pan's Labyrinth in school for the monsters class because man.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? The eye hand guy?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The great Doug Jones.
Yep.
The great Doug Jones.
Del Toro is good with monsters. And then of course we also watched Pacific Rim. So that was
Oh,
fun.
there you go.
And yeah,
For for kaiju.
yeah, for
Yeah.
the aliens. So like not just
Oh,
aliens
okay.
from other worlds, but things that are completely, extraplanar. Didn't read any Cthulhu stuff. But yeah, beings that this is their first contact with humanity.
Mhm.
So yeah, just so much fun.
You could show them Godzilla -1
I don't
and
know
just
that one.
wreck their sweet young little lives. Hey kids, you ever cried at a Godzilla movie? Well, you're about to.
Uh are we gonna do
Do you
the
want to do
thing?
some Wordmaster?
Let's go. I'll warn you, I'm having trouble coming up with words. So y'all need to help me out.
Okay, that
This
might
is
be an obstacle.
I know that's what I'm like. I'm feeling awake enough for it, but like I'll I've noticed a couple times I've like caught myself in the middle of a sentence and be like, I
What am
can't.
I supposed to say here? Yeah.
There's a word for this, and I don't. My brain is not coming up with it.
Well, let's see how this goes. Okay, everybody. So here is Wordmaster. This is a game we play more often than not at the end of our Wednesday live streams, and it
Is it
is
up there?
basically yes, everybody can see it now,
Except me.
except you, because
Ooh.
that's how this works. So this is it's basically Wordle for those of you who don't know the rules. It's Wordle, but not Wordle, and Dana is going to take the lead and decide what words we guess and so forth. But Dana does not actually see the game board. I see it. You all watching see it, but Dana does not actually see it. She's going just by my description of the situation. And that's how we play. And if you are watching and you're in the live chat and you would like to play along, we welcome that. Let's play as a team. If you have suggestions or guesses, go ahead and throw them out. And we will hopefully solve this one as a group like we usually do. So, what do you say, Dana? Shall we begin?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's start with the typical one.
Heart. That's our usual starter word, Heart. Heart this time gives us the E and the R, but both in the wrong place.
All right, I think let's go ahead with lions.
Lions, our typical second starter word. Ooh, okay. Lions doesn't give us much, but what it does give us is the I in the right place.
Okay.
So we know the second letter is I.
Hmm. Could be, oh gosh.
Yes.
Well, it could be wired, mired, not tired, no, not sired, fired.
Oh, that's yeah, okay. Yeah, it could be a lot
Yeah.
of ired words, yeah.
Yeah. So my thought is let's come up with as many because I'm guessing that's what it is. So I think let's come up with as
Wired,
many as we can.
mired. Yeah.
Yeah. And then find a word that has as many of those consonants at the beginning.
Yeah.
That makes sense? So like
Yeah.
wired, fired, mired. Hired. No, it can't be hired because no H.
It can't be hired because no H. Yes, we can cross that one off.
Not that many.
Wired, mired, fired. Was there a word we can think of that has a W, an M, and an F?
Actually, it can't be hired because there's no H because we tried heart. So, but we could do.
Philip Kehoe says forms. Caitlin says mode.
Mode would get 2 down.
So it forms.
Yeah.
But I like mode because
it checks the D in the right place.
It puts the E, it confirms that the E and that it's an ED word. Yeah.
That makes sense. Let's go for mode and see what we find out. And then if neither M nor W are there, then probably it's fired.
Right. Well, okay, we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit here.
No D.
Mode gives us the E in the right place, but yes, no D. And no M, no O, and no W. So, but we've got a lot of the pieces now. We know that the second letter is I,
And the
and
fourth letter is E.
the second to last letter is E, and there's still an R in there somewhere. Maybe the R is the last letter, so it could be something something, something
ER.
I, something ER.
Nope, it can't be lifer because no L. Oh
That's
boy.
true.
Caitlin, I love that. FIFEF.
FIFEF. It should be a word. It sounds like it should be a word.
Absolutely. It could be viper.
It could be viper. Viper or Piper, as Caitlin and now Liz have also suggested. Well, we have 3 guesses left. We could try Piper, and if it's not Piper, we could try Viper, if assuming everything but the first P is right.
Yeah. Let's go for that.
Piper?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try Piper. Piper. Okay. It's not with the first letter P, but everything else is right.
I say so it's viper.
I was going to say, is there any word other than viper that we would expect that it can be?
No, let's try it. If there is, we'll have one last guess.
Exactly. Okay, let's try viper. It's okay. It's not viper. So what's the other?
Viper? I don't know. We've got one guess left, y'all. This is
one guess left. It's not viper. It's something IPER.
It could, Caitlin, it could be wiper.
Wiper. And because we never, no, it can't be because there's no W.
Because of mower, right.
We crossed off the W with mode. So, yeah.
It can't be diaper because that's not how it's spelled.
Right.
Debbie Bannister says riper. There could have been a second R.
Yes,
Riper
there could be. That's true. It could be another R.
It's not viper. We tried that and it said no.
It's not viper.
Hang on.
No, it can't be cipher car because all the letters are in place except for the first one. So it's something IPER.
I think Debbie's got it.
Riper, yeah. Debbie and Philip and yeah, Mr. I Love the Ants is thrown in with that one too.
Yep, I can't think of anything else. I went through the alphabet. Nothing else fits.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else either. Well, let's go for Riper.
Yes.
That's it. Boy, it's been a while since we took it down to the last guess.
To the end. Good job, everybody. Go team
We
us.
win.
Again.
We are so smart. We are so smart. SMRT. I mean SMART.
Yeah, but that doesn't fit the rhythm.
Well, that's the joke.
Oh, okay. There was a joke. Okay, thank you for explaining it so that I understood.
And I'm happy to mansplain it to you. And
yay.
It's a Simpsons gag. I think Homer said it. Of course Homer said it because he's the dumb one. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. No, SMART. All
right. So
Caitlin's with me. Caitlin got it as a Simpsons quote.
Oh,
it's not as high a percentage as it used to be, but I think even to this day, probably a good 40% of everything I say is a Simpsons quote. It used to be way higher, but now it's come down to about 40% of every single thing I say is a Simpsons quote.
All right, so next week we're going to be back here and we're going to watch the second half of this. So next week at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be watching the second half of Murder in Mesopotamia.
Yes. Oh, and Caitlin, no, I have not read Philip K. Dick, and I haven't read the story you're referring to.
And Caitlin, yes, we're just getting to that. Also, don't forget that next week, on Friday, Steve will have his other live stream, which is Ask Away, in which we all get to tell him what to say on his channel. Ta-da!
Sure, if that's how you want to look at it.
It's so much fun to think of it that way. But here's the dealio. Only if you are a patron or a member. So
Yes.
he'll send out a link to a form, and you can just send in your little 500 character ask, and then Steve will read it live on air at Friday at 6 p.m. And then afterwards, he'll hang out with us and answer questions from the chat. But if you want to get in first, you can just, there's a little button down here someplace that says join. You can click that button, or you can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives and support his channel that way. Either way, you get to boss him around.
To boss me around, which
so
apparently is the whole point of this.
Really, I'm tempted to just have you recite some character stats for a D&D character.
Oh God, no! Please don't ever do that. Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyway,
I'd be like fucking Romeo and Juliet going to the apothecary.
Would you ban me from your channel?
Give me some poison. I need it. I told you.
I told you, apothecary. Thy drugs are quick.
Thy drugs are quick.
And then also don't forget to look down in the description where there are links to organizations that we think should be supported, as well as charitylinks.page, which is an ongoing list of friends and associates of ours who could use some financial help. So if you have the wherewithal to do so, there are ways that you can make a difference.
Yes, indeed. And please if you can afford it, please consider making a difference to some of the people in charitylinks.page.
Very important.
All right.
And other than that, we will hopefully see you next week.
Yay. See you next week for part 2 of Murder in Mesopotamia, everybody.
Horse murder.